All right. It is Sunday, June 9, just after the market open here on Sunday, and my daughter's napping. Didn't really have anything else to do at the moment, so I figured I would check out the market and see if there's anything going on to trade. So just gonna watch this and see if something comes up here that I like. I can't remember the last time I tried trading on a Sunday, so we'll see how this goes. See here. Kind of like one leg, two legs. Pretty much an expectation to go higher there. Let me take this off. That's the 5 minute. This is the 15 minute. And here's the daily. So I don't know how long I'll be on here. I'm just gonna stay on until my daughter wakes up and then shut it down. So maybe an hour. So first entry, second entry short. To me, I wouldn't want to take the short when I have a measured move up still. And I mean, this is pointing pretty solidly up. So we'll see. I'm also not used to starting, when there's so little price action for the day. So something new for me to see here. I just figured I barely traded last week, so I might as well jump on here and see what's going on. Hopefully Apex figured out how to fix their rhythmic. I never did look and see if they, let me see here. This board today, 3:11, 4 minutes ago. We are aware of the problem with not being able to take trades on rhythmic and trade of 8. We are currently investigating the issue and have contacted both parties to resolve it. It just never ends. I thought I was going to sign on here, and if they had written anything, it would have been like, hey, we solved all our problems. They're going to investigate the issue, resolve it as soon as they can. We'll update you as soon as we have more information. Do not send a ticket. Do not trade your accounts. Do not cancel the accounts. Do not remove the accounts. Thank you for your patience. What a joke. People are saying nothing is working. Awesome. All right. What a joke. Okay, maybe I'll just change it to a evaluation and see if I can even place an order. I don't want to do it with my PA account. Here, I'm going to turn this off for a second and just change accounts. This is so dumb. It's really annoying. I haven't been able to trade for a week because of their arithmetic problems. All right. Can I even place an order? Let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. Risk management system is not available. Cool. Oops. Risk management system is not available. That's really great. So trading with Apex has been a wonderful experience lately. I mean, at this point, nobody can place a trade. I guess it's better than placing a trade and it just doing something wacky and making you lose a bunch of accounts. And they should make my renewal fees be free for next month, since I haven't been able to trade it in over a week. I mean, it's literally been like 2 weeks of problems, a full 2 weeks, even though they didn't admit to the problems that first week, 2 weeks ago. It wasn't until like middle of the week where they finally started like saying, yeah, there's problems, and started resetting accounts. And even at that, they only did it for like an hour section of the day here and there. So it's basically just gotten worse and worse over the course of 2 weeks. You can't place an order. Well, isn't that fun? It's just great. So what am I doing here? I guess I have to trade Sim. If I'm going to trade. I didn't want to trade Sim. I wanted to trade my PA account. I wanted to trade my evaluations that are going to renew. I'm so annoyed. I mean, what have they been doing for the past week that they can't get this problem solved? Someone just wrote, dumb trade of 8 made me lose a PA. Down for me too, everything down. Where is Darable to explain what's going on? Missed the perfect trade, want a refund. Can't log in. Someone says trade of 8's working fine. It's just Apex's side of things. Down for me as well. Nothing is working. Trade of 8's not working. So now it's everything. I could place trades on sim. I guess I'll just sim trade. It's not going to be very fun. Because I know if I take a win, I'll be like, well, it'd be awesome. Except it's only on sim. I could trade my lab account. All right, well, the market is barely up. Friday was pretty brutal on GameStop, but that release of more shares and the earnings report was so unexpected. It's funny because my game plan was to sell to close some of my calls on Friday early in the morning, and the day was just so wacky with all the halts and the live stream from Roaring Kitty and everything. And it was down so much, at the open. And it was just so wacky. It was like, didn't even know what to think or do. Didn't do anything. Really wish I had a chance to lock in some of those profits. That's the problem is, it was like up so much the day before right into the close, and it kept going in the overnight. It's like really hard to close options at the end of the day like that, because, if it gaps up in the overnight, you don't want to miss something like that. That's the big play. So, but I never expected it to be down so much at the open either. I thought, well, at the very least I can get out at the open. Maybe it comes down leading up to Roaring Kitty, and then I can get back in or something later in the day. So I basically gave up, like $9,000 or something. Yeah, somebody just said in the Apex Discord, who's going to pay for all the lost time? They say my evaluation account renews today. Waste of money. Not pleasing at all. Someone says, if I'm in an open position that's failing to close, even with the exit all positions isn't working, what do we do? What a joke. I was kind of thinking take a long right here off the opening price of yesterday and the previous day close, and second entry long. But didn't love the way the candle was still like this on the Bollinger, so I just decided not to take it. How much has that gone? 4.5 points. So if this isn't working today, what's the likelihood of Apex's system working tomorrow? Do we have any faith after it's been at least a week and a half? I mean, it almost seems like I need to be on a different prop firm just to be able to trade when Apex doesn't work. Like, how does a business even let the market open and their system not be working and to not know it's not working until people start complaining? And how come there wasn't like a mass email just sent out saying, hey, we have a problem, you can't trade today. We'll let you know when you can. How come it's only on their Discord? Yeah, they should be alerting everybody we have a problem today. Not everybody uses Discord. All right, so I changed around some of my, I changed around how this looks on YouTube. I took away the NinjaTrader box with all the account information. I just figured if I'm showing it all here and from the rhythmic, why do I need both? It's just taking up extra space. And this way I can make my chart bigger. So just decided I like that better. Not sure if I want to keep, not sure if I want to show stats anymore. I feel like it's kind of not important anymore. I kind of know I'm an 80% trader at this point. I'm not even sure I'm going to be trading the orb anymore, honestly. I don't think I need it. With the new way you have to trade it, I'm not sure it's worth it to trade it. Picking a direction, I'd rather just scalp the way I scalp otherwise. So also just the nature of it, the risk is way higher on the open trades than just my regular scalping. So yeah, I don't know. Jury's still out what I'll do. It's kind of annoying to like update the stats, and then I'm always like, I'm almost more concerned about getting a loss because of the stats than I am like getting a loss on the accounts. And it's like a weird psychological thing. I just don't know if it's necessary. I mean, I could probably take off the orb at the very least. Maybe I don't need to track the overall for the year. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, I guess, but you don't really see anyone else doing that. I don't know. I'll think about it. Let me know if you have an opinion, if you care. I got 3 people here, maybe. Yeah, I mean, not very exciting price action right now. Even less exciting because, oh, here they go. So, they're not saying what I thought they were saying. But yeah, so Apex on Discord says that they're having problems. And I tried to put in a trade order, and it's just not accepting even placing an order on the chart. So if I take any trade right now, it'll just be on sim because I have no choice. It's possible that we have like 1 leg up, 2 legs up, didn't reach the measured move. And it's possible we're going to see 1 leg down, 2 legs down. Because a lot of times if it doesn't reach the measured move, it's going the other way. So if Apex is working ever again, I'm going to try to put more focus on trading it. I've got a pretty decent sized position on GameStop, as anyone knows that was watching me on Friday. So I do need to keep my eye on that during regular trading hours, just because I have multiple positions and I should really take off some profits when I have them. And because I mean, I just had $12,000 in profit and didn't take it on Thursday at the end of the day, and now I'm up like 1,500 instead of 12,000. So it's a pretty brutal pill to swallow. Just waiting for the big move. So yeah, I'll try to focus on this a little bit more if I can. Friday was wild though. It's crazy to watch all that go down with GameStop. If you watch Roaring Kitty, I rewatched Roaring Kitty's live stream. For anyone that watches it again, notice when he says certain words, the market halted. He said something about my situation, and it halted. And then he said something about position. I think he was talking about like Ryan Cohen's position or something like that. But he said position. The word position made it stop. And then he said something about end it. And it stopped again. I think anytime they thought he was going to talk about his position and maybe closing his call position, they wanted it off so he couldn't do it live on a stream. That's just what I believe. I really think they were just not going to let him do it while he was on YouTube. I don't think he ever had a plan to do it, honestly. I really don't. I'm not sure that... I think people think that like it went down because of him, but it clearly didn't. It was down all day because of the new shares. New shares and the earnings release. Anyway, I know you guys aren't here to hear about GameStop on this channel. It's not what this channel is supposed to be about. Slow mode is enabled on Apex's Discord because too many people are complaining. I had this tight little range. There's a measured move hit like almost perfectly to the tick on the bottom of this bar. And I guess technically this is a failed second entry long. First entry, second entry off the inside bar. Maybe gets you all the way back down here. I don't know. It's not a trade I would normally take. I always try to trade the same, no matter if I'm trading on Apex or my live account or sim account. If it's not a trade I'll take on a live account or a sim account, or I mean an Apex account, then why should I take it on a sim account? Because this is what will happen to me if I try to go short right now. The market really is just so slow trading on a Sunday at this time. Not used to it. feel like every time I go on Apex's Discord and they say, "Oh, we'll let you know when you can trade," they never let you know. Maybe they've never figured out that you can actually trade, and people are just taking a chance and they're trading, and maybe it's working. But I can't remember a time where they're like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, everything's good now." It's always like the whole day goes by, and then, I mean, people are obviously trading, right? But in this case, I couldn't even place an order, so it's like they've got to let us know when we can trade. Take a look at the 5. John Mayer. Is anybody else having a problem with Apex right now? I can't trade. Okay, I guess it's, yeah. I also can't trade on Apex. I try to place an order on my screen on my chart, and it just comes up with an error. I'm on Rhythmic, and it doesn't work. And then I went, there's a Discord for Apex. So on there, on the Apex's site, not their site, they're on the Apex's Discord, it says that they're aware of the problem. It's Rhythmic and Trade of 8. Both are not working. They say they'll update us as soon as they can. And they say don't trade. That's what they say. I couldn't even trade if I wanted to. You just found me, nice. Yeah, I never trade on Sundays. I was just like, oh, I'm not doing anything right now. I've got like at least an hour to kill. I might as well trade right now. And was ready to trade my one lonely PA account, number 11, and in some of these evaluations, and they were having problems all last week and the week before, and I was like, okay, I need to make some effort to get going on these accounts. They're going to renew soon, and here I am. Can't even put a trade on the. Can't even put an order in. Usually they at least let the order go through before they screw you and make your account get killed, but not today. So actually I switched over to Sim. If at the very least I'll just take some practice trades, I guess, if I see anything that I like and sets up. But I'm not used to trading Sunday, so this market, I'm not used to how slow this is. I'm not used to just not having a lot of price action on the chart for the day yet. So you restarted 3 times. Yeah, it's the restarts aren't going to help, unfortunately. You would think after like almost a full 2 weeks of Apex knowing that they have issues that they would have like figured it out this weekend before the market opened, but I don't know what's going on over there, but they just can't get it together, right? The timing is like unbelievable though, with all the drama over all the rules changes and all those things, all the technical issues. I mean, I've been with Apex for a long time. I've never seen them have continued technical problems like this that just don't end. This is literally the first time I've seen, them having a week plus of technical issues. So yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, luckily for me at least, I was only planning on trading for like an hour. So how long have I been here? Been on for like 35 minutes. Probably. I'm literally just waiting for my 3-year-old to wake up from her nap. So I'm here on the West Coast. So it's nap time right now, and she'll probably be done. I don't know, I'm guessing the next 20 minutes or so. So I got 20 more minutes to go, probably something like that. But yeah, whenever she wakes up, I'll just call it. So would have been nice to be able to, even if I don't get any trades today, it would have been nice to have the chance to trade on Apex today. Zach T says, that's why it's a good idea to use multiple prop firm. I started using Bull and Ox recently, and I'm already using Top Step before. Yeah. I've never really thought about it in terms of like, what if there's like technical problems with Apex or whatever, since that's the only one I use. And anytime there's been a problem, it's usually been, maybe it's like a day, and then, they reset accounts or whatever the case is, and then everything's fine again. But this is like, we're seriously coming up on like 2 weeks of nonstop issues. John says, well, this will be more props for Top Step, I guess, which is a great company, I think. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a lot of these other companies aren't having these problems, right? So, I guess you could chalk it up to the fact that there's just so much more traffic on Apex's servers, I guess, because they're obviously the largest with the most users trading at the same time with the most accounts. Maybe they're at a point where their system can't even sustain 20 accounts for all these people trading. I don't know. To me, that the 20 accounts is the idea. Obviously, I'm not at 20 accounts, but the idea of being able to build up to 20 accounts is what makes Apex possibly the best. But if the system doesn't work and you can't trade, then obviously not. Yeah, and they're just stabbing themselves in the foot. I don't understand how the market opens on a Sunday, and if they're having problems, how do they not just send out an email before the market even opens and says like, hey, we're having technical issues still, just so you know. Why do they wait for everybody to get on and try to trade before they like admit there's a problem? They can't monitor it and see it for themselves. I don't get it. So yeah, it's definitely giving me, it's definitely giving me the idea like, hey, maybe I really do need to look into start trading with some of these other prop firms. I don't particularly like Top Step's program from what I've read about it, but Bull and Ox seems to be somewhat similar to Apex. I know the payout structure kind of sucks. Although, admittedly, I've never gotten a payout. I've gone through 11. I've gone through 10 PA accounts. I'm on my 11th, so you can see there, and never gotten a payout. So never thought I'd go through 10 PAs without a payout. So far, payout doesn't really matter as far as the rules, because I need to actually get to a payout. That would help. All right, so for all I know, even though we haven't totally reached this measured move, we've gone pretty close to it. It's pretty clearly 2 legs down. Market moves in twos, so maybe that move is over. Going to come up just shy of that. Who knows? Yeah, John says me too. So we'll see what happens. I've been trading with this Bollinger Band, pretty new for me, just for a couple weeks. And trading on the 1 minute chart is also new for me. I used to trade on multiple different size tick charts, random different size tick charts. And I think I'm liking trading on the 1 minute. I'll tell you what, the one thing that's really much better for me on the 1 minute is the ATR is typically just much, much smaller than what I was having on the bigger tick charts. And because I trade off of using bars as like signal bars, that really limits my risk. So it's working much better for me just in terms of like risk reward on my trades. And I've been doing some back testing on playback, and I'm definitely getting a lot more comfortable with it. I used to have a 21 EMA on my chart. I took that off. I'm just using the Bollinger as a kind of a guide. And it's funny, I still haven't looked for like anyone showing how to use the Bollinger. I probably maybe should do that, but I kind of feel like I have like a instinctual idea of how I like to use it with the way I trade. And so far I like it. I mean, it's not perfect. I don't think anything's perfect, but it's definitely giving me an idea of like where to expect the price action to be. And when you go outside, the Bollinger, it's like 95% plus of the price action happens inside the Bollinger, right? So it just gives you little clues of like, okay, what you might come to expect next. John says, I think Top Step is the best, but I've not gotten a payout from a company yet. Yeah, okay, so you and I are in a similar situation. Neither one of us has gotten a payout yet. I think there's things to definitely like about Top Step. I'm not really against them. I'm not really against any of them, honestly. My my thing is just, the first company I ever tried was Apex, and I've just never had a reason to think like, okay, I don't like using Apex. I want to use someone else. And I just figured, okay, well, I'll just stick with Apex until I can figure out how to become a profitable trader. I just figured, okay, well, I don't need to go anywhere else until you know, because you can build up to 20 accounts on Apex, right? So it's like, why go anywhere else until you at least do that was what I was thinking. But Zach says, I have 3 Apex past eval. I'm hesitating to activate them or not, waiting to reach the payout first on my PA, then use it to activate those accounts, especially on the rules changes. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, the only thing that sucks, right, is if you don't go ahead and activate those PAs, then you're still paying for the renewal of the evaluations. So, at some point, like, at what point is it more worth it to just pay for the PA accounts? And then, because if you're renewing, like, you have 3 of them, right? So renewing, I'll guess they're 80% off for the renewals. If they're 50K accounts, that's $30 each. So before you know it, you'll have spent enough to pay for one lifetime fee on one of those accounts after 2 months, I guess. So, but yeah, I definitely understand where you're at with that. I don't blame you. I don't have any other accounts ready to pass. I passed this one. I passed number 11 here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Yeah, I guess you can see my cursor. I passed number 11 recently after the rules changes, and I just went ahead and paid for it. Honestly, I don't think the rules changes really affect me too crazy. A little bit, but the adjustments that I had made recently to take advantage of some of those things that they're now not letting you do wasn't really the way I was typically trading leading up to it anyways. So it's just like me going back to how I always traded in the first place. So it's not really that big of a deal for me. John says, I went crazy and didn't know the rules. What do you mean? Did you fail some PAs or get denied payouts because of the rules? Hope not. I mean, the thing with Apex was the rules were always really pretty relaxed, and that was one of the things that made them the best. Was like the rules were pretty straightforward. It was like just be under 30% consistency rule for your profit when you request a payout. Don't flip more than 20% of the time, and which if you traded 10 days meant don't flip for more than 2 days, and reach your profit target, and don't hit your trailing stop. That was it. That was the whole rules. That's what made them the best. So John says, yes, I failed the PAs mainly because of the trailing drawdown. I didn't realize that it was in real time. I see. Okay. Yeah, the trailing drawdown is definitely something to get used to if you're not used to it. I personally, it's never really affected me. I mean, the idea of it is like hard to deal with at first, but once you get used to it, it just makes you take your profit quicker. I think is the big thing. And so it's definitely in their favor, obviously. But the thing I like about it is there's no daily loss limit because you have the trailing threshold. And then what I like about it too is I haven't gone this far yet, but if you have a PA and you get beyond 2,600 in profit on the 50K, then there's no more trailing drawdown. It just stops at 50,100, and you have a static drawdown at that point. So I always liked it for what it means for the PA account once you get to that point. And it just really, the way I trade, because I'm more of a scalper, it just really doesn't really truly come into play in terms of like bothering me. All right, looks like my daughter's maybe starting to wake up. So I'm going to keep my eye on her and see. I'm going to have to stop here in a couple minutes if she decides she wants to get up here. So that's the maybe a 5-minute warning, perhaps. We'll see what she says. Wait for her to call for me. So yeah, but super important to understand the trailing drawdown if you haven't traded with it before on a prop firm, because it's the unrealized gain, and that 2,500 is following you on every tick that you're in profit during a trade, and is trailing up behind current price action. So. But yeah, it sounds like you probably already figured it out. If you failed them and you're still trading with Apex, then you've probably at least done the research to figure out what you need to do to be able to trade that way. All right, so this wasn't really much of a range, was it? Let me take that off. I don't need this anymore. Just clean it up. Basically, I already went 2 legs down. Take that off. Not expecting that again. Here, maybe I'll switch over and see if Apex is still working, or working again yet. Let's see. Let me just turn this off so I can switch accounts. And I'll just put it. I'll put it on like evaluation 48 here. And let's see if I can even place an order. No, still getting the error. So, I mean, I'll tell you what though, honestly, I almost prefer it this way maybe. I prefer it that there's an actual error that's saying like, hey, there's something going on in the system and it doesn't work. I actually prefer that they not even let us place the order if their system is jacked, right? As opposed to what's been going on for as long as I can remember, where you place your order, it seems like everything's fine, you get in the trade, and then next thing you know, you can't close your orders and you can't get out of the trade and take your profit, and then you end up blowing out your account. So I guess I like it better this way. At least it's obvious there's a problem and it won't let me take a trade. John says she's more important than this. Have fun. I'm going to subscribe to your channel now. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. I'm going to win. There's no doubt in my mind, but it's going to take a minute. I thought I would have been further along by now. I hope you win too. I appreciate that, John. And you know what? You're not alone. I'm right there with you, but it's crazy. Like if you told me that I was going to go through 10 PA accounts, my first 10, here's my number 11. So if you told me I was going to go through 10 PA accounts and fail all 10 before I got one single payout, I would have fought you and said, there's no way, like there's no chance that I'm not going to get a payout on one out of the first 10 accounts that I had. And I mean, here I am on account 11 and I still have not had a payout yet. So, yeah, it's it's hard to believe when we end up in this situation, but I think that's the thing is like, you just don't give up, right? Because once you figure it out, it's like, once you get your first one and you've kind of like had a taste and prove to yourself you can do it, then you can do it again. And so it's just about like taking baby steps and getting to that point. I remember when I first started trading on prop firms, it's like I had no idea whether I'd be able to pass the evaluations. It turns out I passed the evaluations pretty well. I passed. I'm probably like a 25% pass rate, PAs to evaluations, maybe even better, because if you take away, I'm up to 54 now, but a lot of these were because I canceled because they had a better promotion. And so the number is higher than it would be if you could keep your number and just get the new promotion. You know what I mean? So UK, what's up, man? UK says, I blew 55 PAs and 556 evals until I stopped blowing accounts. Yeah, UK, I've been following your journey for a long time. And thanks for joining me here and saying hi. But yeah, I know I've seen your struggles, and I think, you've been doing great lately from what I saw. I haven't been able to watch you the past week or so. But before it looked like you were building up your PAs now. And, you're well on your way. You're not making the mistakes you used to make. It's really great to see your discipline lately. Having said all that, I haven't seen you at all this week. So I hope you had a good week this past week. I know there were a lot of Apex issues, so I don't know if you're even able to take any trades through all that. I've been really frustrated with Apex for the technical problems. Like literally every time I've wanted to trade, it's just there's a technical problem. I go on their Discord, I see that they're saying that there's problems, not to trade. And so, I'm the guy that doesn't trade because I don't want my account to get blown. And then they tell me, oh, sorry, bud, but you traded and there were problems and we're only fixing it for this 1 hour window here. And you didn't trade in that window. So sorry, you're going to lose your account there. Yeah, slow week. Yeah, I bet. So I just choose not to trade. And then, my brother trades on Apex and he's like, yeah, I traded. I made all this profit on these accounts and then I blew up these other accounts, but they reset them. I'm like, oh man, it's like, I should have just traded because it's almost like a free roll. If you do well that day on some accounts, you'll keep your profit. And if you blow up the other accounts, then, no harm, no foul. You get to get the account reset. But they don't tell you that they're going to do that, right? Like their history is like, well, we'll change it for this 1 hour, even though it's clearly obvious that the whole day there were problems. So it's pretty frustrating because I'm fearful of like, ruining I'm not very far along on this PA, or my evaluations really, but, I don't want to be at the mercy of them saying, oh, we're not going to reset it because you traded during X time and we're only fixing it for this time. UK Future says, but 2 days I didn't trade because of Rhythmic. Yeah. I mean, literally. So going back the week before last week, Thursday and Friday, I didn't trade because of Rhythmic. There were problems. They only fixed like 1 hour on those days. And I didn't trade. I think I traded one evaluation, one trade just to get a trade in, just to feel good about having a trade. And I was like, well, I hadn't traded that evaluation yet, so it doesn't matter if something bad happens. And then last week, yeah, same thing. Like every time I wanted to trade, I couldn't. And then Friday, I was all very much caught up in the GameStop situation. So I knew that they were having technical issues, and I was already caught up in GameStop. I have a position on that. So I just decided, okay, I'm just not even going to bother trying to trade Apex. But here I am on a Sunday. I never trade Sundays. And I was just thinking to myself, oh yeah, I'll come in here and, maybe I can look for a trade. And, but look at this. Can't put an order in. Look at this. It's like, it doesn't work. So, I'm only here because my daughter's napping, my 3-year-old. So when she wakes up, it's going to be the end of trying to trade today anyway. But at least I got to say, I hope it stays this way. When they're having problems, I hope this error comes up. I hope that happens every time from now on, because this is really how it should be. If there's a problem with their system, it shouldn't let you put an order in. Like we shouldn't be at the mercy of them resetting the accounts. So maybe this is like an improvement. Is this an improvement over what we've been dealing with Apex technical problems? I'd rather this than be in a trade and it not let me close the trade. So I guess this is better. Maybe it's better. I just have to laugh at this point. I think it's better. Futures trader says it's so frustrating. Oh, UK futures, sorry. UK says it's so frustrating, but what can you do? Hopefully things will eventually sort themselves out. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm with you. I think honestly, there's definitely an argument to be made. Like, yeah, maybe to really have another prop firm in the mix, at least one other prop firm, so that when this is happening on one, you can trade on the other at the very least. You know, that's the only thing I can think. I never really had a reason to trade on another prop firm before, but now I'm feeling like I do, because they just, you know, here we are on our second full week practically, where the technical issues just aren't getting sorted out. But I definitely, I gotta say, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. I definitely like this better. Like, don't let me trade. Put the error on the screen and tell me there's a problem, and don't let me get into a trade that I can't get out of. So, all right. Well, my daughter looks like she's stirring awake here, so I think I'm gonna end this. Since I can't trade on Apex anyways, it's just kind of a waste of a Sunday afternoon for me. And thank you guys for saying hi and chatting with me. And I mean, UK, I know you're streaming all week, so I don't expect you to come around too much, but I appreciate you checking in on me, and hopefully they get this all sorted out and we can have some profitable days in our futures here. I mean, yeah, here, I'll be back tomorrow. Give it another try. I'm even watching GameStop really closely too, so we'll see. Hopefully I can concentrate on the futures trading. But thanks, UK. Good luck to you as well. I hope you have a great week coming up. And really, you've been really solid lately, just in your discipline. It's been really awesome to see it. So keep it up. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching.